And now, my dears, is the scary part of this movie. So the scary part was that in this pre-surgery room where I was sitting waiting for my nurse to pick me up, there was a lot of light. And maybe some of you know, if not, then I will tell you that after this procedure, you are really, really sensitive to light. So was I. I was sitting in that room with my closed eyes, but still it was so bright that I can feel the light, and my eyes started hurting. It was so painful. It's even hard to describe, because painful, I believe it's not the word. It's not that you feel the actual pain within the eye. No, it's not it. It's more that you like the whole area of your eyes, the whole area feels weird. It feels not natural, and I wanted to grab my eyes. I wanted to remove my eyes. That's how it felt. Yeah, it's like unnatural feeling. It's not even pain. It's not the standard pain. It's just that you feel like your eyes don't fit your body, and you want to remove them. Okay, so that's how I felt. And it was awful, because I was waiting for that nurse for like 10 minutes. That was awful. I guess this is like the worst 10 minutes of the whole process. It's not a lot of time, so that's all right. But still, I wanted to let you know like the whole truth about this procedure, about my experience. So that's how it was. Then the nurse came. I told her in a polite way that I suggest them to turn off the lights for other patients, so they don't hurt them as the same way they hurted me. So yeah, and she gave me the special painkillers, the standard ones, and also she made an injection of the painkillers, because this procedure, and I knew that when I was choosing this method, I knew that after the procedure it's supposed to hurt a lot during the first 5 days. So they injected those painkillers. I was angry at everything, frustrated a little bit because of this light, but still excited because I could see everything. So I was still excited because of that. Also important thing, they gave me the special painkillers. Those were drugs, I believe, the special medical drugs. And they told me that if I use those pills, those drops, then I will not feel the pain so much. It will be a lot easier. So I got excited, but then they also told me that if I do that, the con of it will be that the healing process will be a little bit longer. And it's a little bit like, I don't know, life choice. So you can choose the easy way of taking those drops and feeling comfortable, but then the whole healing process will be prolonged. It will take a lot of time, and there might be some side effects of these drugs. Maybe not, but there is a chance that you will gain some side effects, and you have to choose what is important for you. And I believe for different people that will be like, the choice will be absolutely different. we all have the different pain level, like the pain tolerance level. I think that I'm pretty pain tolerant person, so I decided not to. So I decided to keep them in case it will become really bad. But if not, I decided not to take them. And that was it. So I thanked all of them. We said goodbye, and they told me that I have to come back the next morning for my appointment with the surgeon. So yeah, so I went home. Also need to tell you that that was my story. I was waiting for a long time for a cab, and that was like a busy day. That was Thursday, so they couldn't find me a car that was close to this clinic. So it took for 10 or even 15 minutes to wait for this taxi. And let me tell you, that was really painful. Like, you have the lights all over the place, right? It's a cool clinic, it's like all white, so everything hurts. And you have to wait for 15 minutes. I didn't know that, I didn't expect this, so I didn't book the taxi earlier. And my advice to all of you, if you're going to do this kind of surgery, then make sure you pre-book the taxi. You can do that yourself, or you can ask the person who's going to pick you up to do that in advance. It's better if you pay those extra, dollars, extra money for the taxi driver to wait you, if it will take you a little bit longer to get out of the clinic. But believe me, it's worth it because of the pain you will get waiting for that taxi. If I know this now, I'll do that definitely. So I suggest all of you to do that. It's like a small life hack, small thing, but I believe that it will rescue a lot your general experience of this procedure. Yeah, so the taxi arrived finally, and I went home. Also important is the person who's going to pick you up. Also, please, don't think you're a hero who don't need anyone to help you out. You do need the person, because even though I could see, but because of this light issue, because it became so painful for me, my mind stopped thinking. The only thing I wanted to do, I wanted to escape from the light. And as I told you, I'm not scared of pain. I'm like the pain tolerant person. I think I can say that, but still that was hurtful. And my mom was waiting for me, and she saw how the other patients reacted after the procedure, and that was even worse for them. Like, the guy forgot his coat. It was the middle of the winter and he went out without the coat. Smart thing. So the person weren't thinking. The only thing, believe me, you want to escape the light. And all of us were doing different surgeries. They did LASEK. I did this Streamlight, LASEK or Streamlight PRK, however you call it. So different ones, but still all of us, we reacted the same. The girl, I saw how one girl went out of the surgery. She had a LASEK, but she was like throwing out all of the things. She was super nervous, super aggressive. So you never know how you will react. And especially if you know that you're going to react this way to the pain, then you need to make sure that someone picks you up. It's not that I don't want to scare you because it's like the moment after the surgery. But for you to get prepared, to get ready for this, it will help you and you will have the better experience. My mom picked me up, so I felt pretty comfortable. She helped me with my things. She ordered the taxi so that I didn't have to use my phone. She did all of that for me. She was super supportive, and when I started crying, I had the person to cry into the shoulder. So yeah, so that was super positive because of that. And because of that, I think I can't tell you that it was the bad experience. It was just not comfortable. And that's it. Okay, so I went home. And now, that was Thursday. I thought that the pain will start only on Friday. That's how I thought. I thought that because I was watching different videos, reading some articles, and I read that the pain only arrives on the second day. But then I realized that that was true for people who took the special painkillers, and I didn't. So for me, the pain started the same day. The pain started right away. So we came home and I felt miserable. Yes, so my mom started closing all of the windows to make sure that there is no light. We turned off our cell phones, everything, like any source of light. That was my worst enemy. So we turned everything off, we closed all of the windows, like we did all of that. But still, even in the evening, even at night, actually there was like full moon or something, but because it was super, there was like a lot of light from the street even at night. I believe there was full moon. And the light from the moon was too much for me. Can you imagine that? Yeah, that was too much. I couldn't stand it. Like on Thursday. Yeah, kind of interesting experience. But then I couldn't really talk. I was focused on my eyes. But the doctor told me that it was super important not to screw up your eyes. So to keep them straight. And both the doctor and the surgeon told me to do that. And my advice to all of you: follow this recommendation. Why? Because when you screw up your eyes, then you actually hurt, or you can hurt, or you can move a little bit your bandage lens. And this is the worst thing you can do, because if you move it, it will hurt 100 times more. So don't do this. Focus on keeping your eyes straight. It's the small thing that you can easily forget about. So that's why I'm telling you about this in this video, so that you make sure to remember. I was really focused on making my eyes straight, keeping them like cool. I was focused on that. Also, the pain were becoming more and more hurtful. Like I could feel everything. So I asked my mom to call my sister. They were talking. So I couldn't talk at that point. Seriously, I didn't have energy to talk, but I wanted them to talk so that I can listen and I can focus on something else rather than my pain. And it helped. So I was listening to them. I couldn't eat. But like at night I was eating a lot of chocolate, because as I told you, I decided not to use the painkillers. And for those of you who know me, you know that I love sweets, chocolates, and all of that stuff. So I ate a lot of chocolates. I had Nutella, I had M&Ms, I had lots of different stuff, and I was eating those chocolates a lot. But it helped me, and that kept me positive, I guess. So I was eating it, and the worst I guess moment was at night, because I started feeling my contact lenses. It was the feeling that you have something in your eyes that you can't remove, you can't do anything about it, and it hurts you, it's uncomfortable. That was the worst moment, but it was like for, I don't know, 10 to 20 minutes, and that's all. After that it was gone, and being honest with you, I even managed to fall asleep. I think I woke up like twice during the night, and that's it. Also, I was crying all the time. It's not that I was like hurtful so much, it's just my tears just popped out of my eyes. That's what happened. Lots of tears, a lot of tears. Yeah, that was the first night I slept. When I woke up the first day, that was interesting because I couldn't open my eyes. My eyes became so huge. I don't know, like the reaction after the surgery, my eyes became huge. I couldn't open them. I couldn't open them not because of like how they hurt. They didn't hurt at that point at all. This is just that I couldn't, like physically, I couldn't open them. Also, I couldn't wash my eyes. The doctor told me not to. They told me that I couldn't touch my eyes with anything. If I wanted to wash my face, I had to avoid the eye area, and actually I had to do that for 5 days straight. So I couldn't open these eyes, and I had to go to this appointment. And my friends came to me to pick me up and go with me to the doctor. Also super nice of them. So they helped me. My friend, I remember, she was so scared because she saw me. She understood that I couldn't see. She was super scared. She was like, Anastasia, keep calm, go. She helped me to go up the stairs. She helped me, they helped me actually too. She and her boyfriend, they helped me to get into the car. They talked to me, we were laughing. So they were super supportive. And that was cool. So I couldn't open my eyes. We came to the surgery, and my surgeon actually washed my eyes. And that was the point when I could start opening them. That wasn't comfortable, and it wasn't easy for me, just because of the muscles of an eye, I guess. It's like I couldn't. It was difficult. It wasn't painful. It was difficult to open them. So this is the difference. And from what my surgeon told me, this is not a common thing. This is just how my eyes reacted on this. So you might not experience this at all. I did. So she told me to do exercises every hour and try to open my eyes every hour. Even if it's difficult, I had to do those exercises. So she gave me pills that I had to, drops that I had to use for the next few days. This was, first of all, again, those antibacterial ones. The second was the second was those artificial tears. Yeah, 2 drops. And then after a few days, only actually after they removed this bandage lens, they gave me this third medicine, and that was the special drops that helped to keep the eye pressure on the proper level. Yeah, but that was after after they removed my bandage lenses. Alright, so that was Friday. On Friday I felt like it hurted a little bit, but it was like really a little bit. I couldn't, like, it wasn't so painful. I was just sleeping the whole day, so that was fine. For me, I still like my tears still were like there were lots of tears still, but that's it. It's a little bit discomfortable, but no pain, just sleeping and just like not a lot of energy. Then on Saturday I had another appointment. I had to go on the check again. It's super professional of this clinic to follow me and to help me, and also because they made all of those checks, I felt comfortable, I felt secure that everything is fine because they're checking me every day. What's worth mentioning is that even on Thursday, especially on Friday, when I managed to open my eyes, I could see. It was blurry a little bit, but I could see. I knew that it's supposed to be blurry because of these contact lenses. So I was fully aware of it and it was okay. But I could see, and I knew from the very beginning that I could see better than I used to, and even better than I used to in my glasses. So that was promising, and that kept me super like excited and happy. Okay, so Saturday and Sunday I was just sleeping the whole days, no pain at all, just low energy, and I was sleeping, like relaxing, or I was listening to audiobooks all the time. And also the good tip, download and choose all of the podcasts and all of the audiobooks before the surgery, and make sure you know how to turn them on with I don't know, SIRI, with Google Assistant or whatever you use, because you'll not be able to look at the screen directly, and it's it's good if you can use in my case SIRI to help you. So I was listening to all of the books, relaxing, and that was Saturday and Sunday. And then on Monday I had the final check. So I went to my doctor and my surgeon, both of them. They examined my eyes and they told me that I am absolutely ready to remove my bandage lenses. That was surprising because that was the fourth day for me, or maybe fifth if you count Thursday. But they told me that like everything is like the healing process is super fast and that I don't need those bandages anymore. So they took them off. That wasn't painful at all. I couldn't feel it, like nothing. So they did that. Then they tested me on some machines again to test if everything was okay, if my eye pressure was all right, and then they gave me those eye pressure stabilization drops, I don't know, whatever you call them. So they gave me this, and and they sent me home. I returned those painkiller drops that I didn't use. My doctor was super surprised. She was like, seriously, you didn't use them? Like, nope. And you see, because I didn't, the healing process was super fast. And even on Monday, I was ready to go without those bandage lenses. And and the whole healing process was super fast, easy. And as you can hear, like the painful day was only Thursday. Then the rest of the days, from Friday to Monday, I was just sleeping and relaxing, and that's all. I couldn't feel any pain. So amazing. I believe everyone will go through this process in a different way, but this is how it was for me, and I think that was good. I managed to relax. I managed to sleep for the whole year in advance because I work a lot, and and like my days are super busy, and usually I sleep only for a few hours. So for me that was the vacation time. I was sleeping. I listened to 5 audiobooks in 6 days. So my personal record. That's how it was. And I believe you're all curious. Okay, so they took them off, and now could you see? The answer is yes, I could. I saw really well. I could see everything. I could see better than in my glasses, that I used to in my glasses, but still I had a little bit like blurry effect. And my doctor told me that it was okay, and because this procedure is this way, that it's supposed to take even up to a month to have the clear vision. And I knew that before the procedure. I was fully aware and prepared for this. So yeah, I went home. I also took off at work. I took 2 weeks off because I couldn't work. I couldn't look at the screen at that point. So yeah, even if I wanted, it was super painful to look at the light still, so I didn't. But being honest with you, it also lasted for a few days that I couldn't look directly at light, and that was it. Then it was just a little bit uncomfortable because it wasn't painful after a few days, but it was I couldn't see anything on the screen. It was all blurry on the screen. I could see really well like anything else, but the image on my screen, either on the laptop or on my mobile phone, it was all blurry. So I recorded the voice messages to my friends. When they called me, I picked up and I talked to them. So yeah, I started living. I still was just laying in my bed for a week. I was super tired. I don't know why, like my body was tired, so I was just sleeping for a straight week. And whenever I wanted to go out, I had to wear my sunglasses. And I will tell you more about this this period in my video about the months or even 2 months after the procedure. Right now I'm almost 2 months after the surgery. I don't have to wear sunglasses, but my doctor told me that it's better if I wear my sunglasses during the daylight in the spring and summer, when we have like direct sunlighting, because it will help to protect my eyes and for the whole process, like healing process, to be faster. Because I don't know if you're aware, but after this procedure it takes up to a year for everything to recover fully. Okay, so it's a lot of time, but don't be like afraid, because at this moment, after 2 months, I can do everything. I can do sports. I work full hours, even like as always, like 10, sometimes 12 hours a day. So I can do that. It's just that in parks, when I go for work, it's better to use sunglasses. So I want to follow my doctor's advice and do that. Yeah, my overall experience is great. I am excited, happy. I am super happy that I've done this surgery, and if I have to choose, I will choose it again, and I will do that. Definitely will do that. My best advice after this is to make sure you find the doctor, the clinic and the doctor whom you trust. Because if you trust your doctor, then everything will go smoothly, I believe. And for me, this is the number one tip I can share with you. This is the number one tip I want to share with you. Yeah. I don't want to tell you that you have to do this surgery. Everyone is different. Our levels of pain tolerance, our expectations from this surgery is different. Yeah. Some people, I know that they don't want to know anything about the surgery. They just want to go and see how it's going to go. For me, it was important to know everything and to be prepared. So choose the best option for you, and most of all, choose the doctor, the great doctor whom you trust. It shouldn't be the $1 million doctor. I made my surgery. I've done it in Ukraine, in Odessa, actually. But I found really great doctor. I found an amazing surgeon, and I trusted them, and they helped me a lot. They asked all of my questions. They made me feel comfortable. They were super professional through the process. So I wasn't overreacting because of that. And now everything is perfect. I can see. I had my tests, my vision tests a few weeks ago, and my doctor said that I can see on actually 120%, so even better than 100%. There is a thing like that. I was also surprised, but there is a thing like that. So I can see, I'm happy, and if you're interested in learning more about my post-surgery time, how exactly, like what were the tips that I had to follow. Also, I have few lessons learned from this period, so my tips and tricks how to make this process, this healing process, easier and more comfortable. These were created by myself, or also by my doctor who shared those tips with me. So if you're interested, if you want to know more about this, then I'll record a video on that. I'll link it to this video as well. So stay with me. If you have any questions, let me know. I will be happy to answer, whether direct messages, or if you prefer, I can record video on that and elaborate a little bit more. Anyways, I will cover all of those questions if I know the answer. So stay tuned, and hope to see you later.